Hey guys, my name is Renee. For those of you that are new here, subscribe first of all. If you're not subscribed, then you're not even cool. What are you doing? No, but today's video is going to be about perfectionism and how it shoots you in the foot. And basically, like, if you don't want to be happy, if you don't want to be content, if you don't want to accomplish any of your goals, if you don't want to manifest, then you should be a perfectionist, because that is a guarantee that you will stay in a low vibration of fear and self-doubt and considering yourself incapable. And there's a fine line between having high standards for yourself and wanting the best for yourself and being a perfectionist. And when you stray a little bit too far to the left, my left, your right, you can really be doing yourself a disservice. But before we talk about this topic, I just want to make an announcement that on February 1st, I'm going to be launching my program, Empress of Esteem, which is basically a live intensive training with me on how to raise your self-esteem, my whole inner work process. I'm going to give you black and white all of the steps that you can do today to raise your self-esteem. And I'm going to be sharing a lot of like personal stories and literally all of the techniques that I've learned in the past few years through one, personal experience, two, life coaches that I've worked with, three, therapy, and just basically all of these like really potent, like activating kind of lessons that I've learned that have in the in the three, I don't want to get too, what's it called, I don't want to get too woo woo, but in the 3D have literally changed my life. Like, I've literally changed my life by doing these things. So Empress of Esteem, if this sounds like a program for you, then click the link in my description to learn more about this program. It's going to be a live call, so any questions that you have for me or anything that you want to talk about, there is going to be a Q&A part of this training as well. And in addition to having a live training that you're going to have lifetime access to, because I will be recording all of these calls that you can reference whenever you want, you're also going to be getting 3 private calls with me where we can go into a more personalized kind of plan for how you want to approach your own goals or any situations that you have right now or any circumstances that you just need kind of like some coaching on and you need somebody to kind of keep you accountable and get through. I can be that person for you, and we can have 3 private calls. So that's included in this bundle as well. And that's not all. You also get a journaling workbook that you can reference to have like journaling prompts. Hold on, my nose is so itchy. Oh my gosh, that was so random. Yeah, so you also get a journaling workbook and you get journaling prompts. I'm pretty sure there's more that you get, but that's the top of my head what you're getting right now. But anyways, most important information is that this program is starting on February 1st. And if you want to get the best price, then the time to sign up is now, because the closer that we get to the date, the price will be going up. So Empress of Esteem, if this sounds like a program for you, definitely look at the link in my description and sign up today. I've found so much value in investing in my own inner work, so it's only my like moral duty to like give back to my community in this way and share all the things that I've learned, because I don't think I would be the same person without it. Also, if you just want to work privately with me one-on-one, you can now book me on Calendly and we can have a private call consultation where we can kind of go over how I can be that kind of mentality coach for you, which is kind of what I'm really passionate about right now. And this is a more like kind of intimate way of getting to the root of whatever is bothering you or whatever you want to work on. I'm here to keep you accountable and work through these things alongside you. It's different from, I'm not a therapist by any means. I am more so just like an accountability partner, a coach, and I'm here to advise you in the ways that I can. And I primarily want to work with women, so this is for women only, just saying. Yeah, so those are my announcements. And yeah, back to the topic, right? Perfectionism and how it can shoot you in the foot. So basically, I've learned that, and the reason that I'm thinking about this even is because I recently met somebody who considers themselves a perfectionist. And my initial reaction to this was not positive. Like, I didn't love to hear that, because I found that, obviously, if you're a perfectionist, from my own experience, right, in times that I've been a bit of a perfectionist myself, Okay, my phone ran out of storage. So rude. I hope that doesn't happen again. But let me get on with it. So I found that, like, in the times that I've been a perfectionist myself, and just something that I've noticed about, like, people that are very hard on themselves, because that's kind of what ends up happening when you're a perfectionist if you don't become perfect, which is impossible if you don't reach that ideal. You know, there's a fine line between having high standards and being a perfectionist, like I said before. But I've just found that in those moments that I've been a perfectionist, I've been so hard on myself, so judgmental toward myself. Like, my inner critic's voice is so high that, you know, you can also be judgmental toward other people. You can be more inclined to be judgmental toward other people when you're a perfectionist. And that is just so off putting. So when I heard that, and the reason for that is because when you're judging something within yourself, you are also judging other people unconsciously. So, for example, if I'm judging myself for not being at a certain weight, then I will subconsciously judge other people who are not at the weight that I consider to be the beauty standard and consider them not beautiful, as fucked up as that sounds. Like, that's only one example, but like, just know that whenever you're judging yourself, you're also judging other people. And yeah, judgment is like a double-edged sword, and basically the moral of the story is you don't want to judge people or yourself that harshly. But so yeah, that kind of turned me off. And it's also like it shoots you in the foot because you're never gonna be perfect. You're never gonna be perfect. And it's just such a cop out because you can easily give up when you're in this perfectionist mindset. So, for example, I'm doing 75 hard, right? I mean, I'm loosely doing 75 hard. I kind of, made my own adjustments to the plan because I have certain goals for myself, and some, I just included it and I took away some things that I didn't think were relevant to me. But moral of the story, I'm doing 75 hard, which is basically a challenge that you do for 75 days. And I've already broken one of my rules that I gave myself. And you know what? Even if I was journaling about this morning, if I was still in that perfectionist kind of mindset, because I broke one of the rules, I would be like, forget this, and I would just kind of keep doing the thing that I don't want to do because I wasn't perfect. Like, I didn't reach my goal. I didn't stick to what I said I was going to do. But because I'm being more accepting of myself and my flaws, and I'm not aiming to be perfect, I'm just aiming to be better. I still am sticking to this challenge, and I'm just kind of like, I'm not beating myself up, and I'm still going. So in this case, what I did was one of the rules of 75 hard is that you have to stick to some kind of regimented diet, whether it's keto, paleo, low carb, whatever. So my intention was to stick to low carb, low sugar. I broke that after like a week consecutively, like consecutive days. I broke this rule for myself. But who cares? Like, I still went a week doing this plan, and I can choose today. It's currently like 11 in the morning. I can choose to continue my day following those guidelines because in the end it's only helping me, and I'm not aiming to be perfect. I'm aiming to just be better. I'm aiming to make a positive change in my life. That's the whole intention behind me doing this challenge at all. So, you know, not being a perfectionist in this way is what's helping me stick to a plan, and it's what's helping me stay motivated because I'm not throwing in the towel as soon as I don't do something, you know? So, don't shoot yourself in the foot by trying to be perfect because you're never going to be perfect. Like, there is no such thing as perfection. That is in the like blueprint of what it means to be a human, is like, you're not perfect. Like, everybody is perfectly imperfect. And the sooner that you can realize this and not be a perfectionist and not have that mentality toward everything that you do, the sooner you can lower the voice in your mind that is speaking to you negatively, and that voice that kind of like beats yourself up, that contributes to having a low self-esteem and also becomes a roadblock in everything positive that you're trying to do in your life. Because it says if you don't do it perfect, you're not doing it at all. F it, like, there's no point. And that's a lie. That is a lie, you know? So perfectionism is a trap. Nobody's perfect. You're never going to be perfect. And it's just so weird because if you were to ask me if I consider myself a perfectionist, I would say no. But it's so interesting when I really think about it. The times that have been the hardest on myself were the times that I was more or less expecting myself to be perfect. And I was beating myself up for essentially not being what I considered perfect, if that makes sense. So, this has played a role largely in like my body image, my view of myself because of my body image and my weight and like my habits. And it's just been such a like loop because if I wasn't doing something in the perfect way, in the way that I consider to be perfect, then I would just give up and I would give in to like all of my vices and bad habits, and that's not a way to live. So, this month we're like midway through January now, or whenever you're watching this, just know that I'm midway through a month of when I'm doing a challenge. And what's helped me stay motivated and helped me stay in a positive mental space has been the fact that I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to be better. And for this reason, a perfect example, like I'm trying to fix my nutrition. And last night I DoorDashed a crepe, and it was good. Like it was a good crepe, And I'm trying not to eat those kinds of foods anymore, but I did. And I ate a lot yesterday. Like it's the middle of winter, hibernation nation. And I could have beat myself up about that. I woke up today, I'm a little bloated. I'm a little bit like, damn, like, did you really have to do that at like 9 p.m. when you're trying to eat cleaner and you're trying to like change your life a little bit for the better? Did you really have to do that? Instead of indulging in that like negative voice in my mind and being like whatever about it, you know what I did? I still went to the gym. I'm still going on about my day, and that's not gonna, like, it doesn't mean anything. And I'm not perfect and I'm gonna mess up, and it's okay. I'm a human being, and I accept that about myself. So because I accept myself, I can be less judgmental toward myself, and I can continue having the like stamina and endurance that it takes to make a change that develops in the long term. Like things don't happen overnight, especially when you're trying to change habits for yourself. So, moral of the story is avoid the perfectionism trap. Body image is one example, but this can show up in so many different ways. And, it's important to have high standards for yourself. It's important to hold yourself in a high regard. I absolutely believe in that. That is excellence. I believe in excellence. But perfectionism is like, you know, it's the shadow side of that. And you don't want to go there and, recognize where you might be doing that in your life and tread lightly, you know, have some compassion for yourself and continue to have that motivation to be better without considering any desire to be perfect, because that will never happen and you'll never be happy if you do that. So if you like this video, leave me a like, leave me a comment. Empress of Esteem, I'm enrolling now. Pre-order price is available right now. Check the link in my description. And for private coaching sessions, also check the link in my description. Basically, that's where my website is. You can find my Calendly on there. And that, yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm enjoying making them. So thanks.